Hello and welcome to the Whitestone Clinic. I'm Michael Bronning, the founder and director, and I wanted to just give you a quick little video to explain something very important about our clinic that will be helpful to you. So one of the things we're known at the Whitestone Clinic is our specialty in working with people who are struggling with secret sexual compulsive behaviors, so aka dysphilia, or often called sex addiction or porn addiction, depending on the type of behavior, and their partners who often experience some traumatic effect at discovery of the type of sexual behaviors or the frequency or the fact that it was unknown to them up until recently. And that we call partner betrayal trauma, so BPT. So we're known for that. We're also known for helping the couple work things out, assuming that each does their own work for helping with their own trauma and or a compulsion addiction, and helping the couple kind of reconnect and start a new life again together. So this program we have is actually the tagline of our company under the Whitestone Clinic, called Return to Love. Now, under Return to Love, it is those three programs. The first one, dysphilia recovery, has to do with people who have tried to change their behaviors, but continue to still fall back into these compulsive sexual behaviors, and often have a lot of shame and secrecy around those things. And usually when they're coming to us, it's because enough of it is discovered that they just know that they need help. Sometimes they come voluntarily because they're trying on their own and they just can't do it. And so that's one area which is very important, and we can have a different video speaking about each one. The other area with partner betrayal trauma, it's sort of to reclaim and to have a sense of stability and security is for the partner, is really one where it depends on the partner, but a lot of partners will have their whole world ripped out from under them, in the sense of everything they thought was going a certain way wasn't going that way. And now they're facing a double type of hurt, where it was both in the sexual realm that something was being done that's offensive or hurtful to them, but also that it's just a lot of secret keeping. And it kind of makes them question even themselves and their own assessments of things, and their identity, their beauty, other things like that. So there's a lot of collateral damage in people who get caught up with this in a relationship. And so we have a program just for them. And again, we'll have a separate video on that. And finally, there's the couples rebuild. Sometimes we can call it reconstruct. And that particular one comes near the end, but it's mostly about first developing proper communication that's more and more safe, leading into certain stages necessary to address the old wounds and start rebuilding trust. And then finally, it's about deepening intimacy and growing in a new relationship together. So that's our whole sort of Return to Love brand, if you will, underneath what we do at the Whitestone Clinic. I really encourage you, if you're in any of that situation, whether you're like the person with the secret compulsive sexual behavior, or the person who is feeling some traumatic effect from discovery, or you both as a couple, that you would consider utilizing the whole program for what it's worth. Why this video? Because that general overview of what we're doing is so important and missed by most people. There's so many people that will send, the identified patient, the person's caught in the behavior, and say, hey, that person needs help. Let's get them some help. And okay, rightly so. We're glad to help that person. But we never saw it as just addressing one thing, like an addiction or, what I call dysphilia, which is like a disordered love. It's really not the whole thing. You have to look at it in a sense like that would remove the most pressing, dangerous, threat to everybody in the relationship, the coupleship itself, the partner, and even that own person. It's a risk to them all. So absolutely, we have to address that. But for full healing to take effect, even in the dysphilia program, the person needs to go beyond not doing the wrong thing. They need to go beyond like just sobriety, which is to not do the thing that is addictive. They need to go into fuller healing. Often there's some trauma and other issues even behind that and why they're doing that. But there's a whole lot more complex items to look at. And so we really encourage a deeper, fuller program, but not just for that person. The partner will often learn to put herself last. It's often herself, although statistically there's more and more men on the other side of feeling as a partner betrayed. But that betrayal, it triggers more than just like, can I trust this person in marriage right now or in a relationship? It's more of all the other things it gets connected to through past experiences of feeling rejected, feeling overlooked, feeling unvalued, and so on. And so all those old hurts kind of come up as well, and they need their own healing. So again, it's not just so the partner could stop their immediate trauma reactions that's happening often in the relationship now that the thing has been triggered, but really to go beyond just stopping those behaviors and rather get to deeper healing for herself. And of course, the coupleship is the same, right? We want the relationship is going through probably the most tumultuous time of its existence, maybe of any of your relationships, and everything's in question. But aside from stabilizing things so as to make it more secure and start communicating differently, we need to actually take this new knowledge, both of going deeper into ourselves and understanding our wounds and understanding where the healing needs to happen. And we need to move that right into the whole relationship itself so that, in fact, many couples have come back and said that their intimacy at the end of the program was greater than anything that they had experienced while they were together the whole time in their history. So that's because all the dark stuff is out. The shadows are showing. The rough spots, the things we hide from ourselves even, is now exposed in the relationship. And we're able to receive and give love with that element integrated. And it leads to deeper, greater intimacy down the road. So that's the whole program. It's why we want you to think about working with Whitestone Clinic in all of those areas if you're in this situation. Not to have like a little bit of going to see this person online over there or this other person in town over there, and people who may not have training with, say, partner betrayal trauma or things like that. We'd like you to work within our whole system that we have within the clinic so that, the couples therapist, the partner therapist, the dysphilic therapist, everybody can kind of work together and help that wholeness of you as both individuals and a couple get well. So again, encourage you to work with us under the whole system. I really think it's an important system. Please see my video on modules to better explain how to go about looking at therapy and why this is an investment that's worth it for you.